Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? DishNet34 here, welcoming you to tonight's episode of This Week in Perfect Team. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, nice tie. Yeah, really goes with the 6-6 tie that that my ninjas had with the Giants over in Backyard Project today, over on our good buddy Alex's stream. Oh, I'm still salty about that one. Still salty about that one. That is 2 straight ties in a row, and I can't believe it. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Backyard Project tonight. Oh man, we are here to talk about some content tonight, and we have a wonderful set of content for you tonight. Cooperstown Club. I am looking forward to showing that off to you here in just a little bit. But first, hopefully y'all are having a great week so far. Hopefully y'all's perfect teams are going great. I know mine are actually. My Mud Crabs, they're in first place right now. Or second place. Second place in our division right now. So maybe I'm going to the playoffs and maybe having a shot at Perfect League. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. And speaking of Perfect League, let's start by taking a look at how the Perfect League standings look as of right now. Over in the AC East, we have the Union City Unicorns with a 7.5 game lead on the Denver Highlanders. A nice 61-40 record right over there. In the AC Central Division, the Delta City Tide are in first place with a record of 64-36, 6 games up on the Watertown Herons. Over in the AC West Division, at 61-40, we have the Gary Railcats, who have been, they have been on a tear in this division this year, up 11 games over the New York Empire. That's a big lead, but if you think that was a big lead, look at the AC Maddox division. The Edinburgh Diamond Devils up by 13 games on the Austin Cowboys. Big lead right there, the biggest lead in all of Perfect League. Over in the NC East division, we have the Massachusetts Master Batters over in first place with a 59-41 record. About 9.5 games up on Smokey Bear. However, 2 of the closest division races are in the National Conference right now. The Underground Turtle Bears are only a half game up on the Crozet Storm Kings, last week's Perfect League champion. However, the gap between first and fourth in that division, only 3 games. So that's going to be a fun division to watch the rest of the season. That's going to be great. And then we have the NC West Division and the Joe Crady fandom up by 1.5 games on the Fogtown Stars. Difference between first and fourth, only 4 games over there. So couple of interesting division races going to be happening in the National Conference. And then over in the NC Young Division, the baseball team with a 64-37 record, up by 7 games on the 2-time Perfect League champion Seattle Aftershocks. So there you go. That's a look at Perfect League coming into tonight. At least as of 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Yep, he has not been... Yeah, Ludwig has not been eliminated yet, Yuka. That's for sure. So don't give him the roll yet. All right, yeah. And McNoosh with a good point in the chat. All of the NC Young Division teams are above 500 in the standings, which that is a big accomplishment in of itself in such a great league such as Perfect. Alrighty, so there's our look at Perfect League. Let's move on to some news and notes, and let me tell you, we have some big stuff coming up next weekend. It is that time of the year in tournament land. It is time for Perfect Team Championship Series number 3. That's right, it will happen on Saturday, September 10th, beginning at noon Eastern, with finals coverage on this channel right here, the twitch.tv/OOTP developments. Now, once again, if you don't know what PTCS is, the top 128 teams from the last 5 cumulative weeks in each of our 4 formats, daily perfect draft, weekly perfect draft, daily traditional, and weekly traditional tournaments, will participate in the PTCS. Now, let's reveal the formats for Perfect Team Championship Series number 3, and we have some interesting ones for you all this time around. For the daily and weekly perfect draft, it is a boom defensive power format, which means that there will be cards from 1961 to 2004 in a 1990 run environment with a designated hitter. So an interesting selection of card years that you will be choosing from in y'all's perfect drafts for that. Yeah, 90s card format. Oh yeah, that's gonna be an interesting format for the daily and weekly perfect drafts. And no, they are not round robins, because yeah, round robins can be a little bit evil sometimes. Alrighty, for the daily traditional tournament, we are going to be going with a high gold floor max diamond 23-23 cap, which means that that cards with overalls from 85 to 99 will be eligible for that tournament with a 23-23 cap, and that's going to be played in a 1984 run environment with a designated hitter. So we're going to see some high goals, we're going to see some diamonds. That's going to be a fun format right there. Alrighty, now for the weekly traditional tournament, we will have the Boom Defensive Power Silver Tournament. So a bit of a similar format to the Perfect Draft. However, cards from 1961 to 2004 with a 1978 run environment with a DH. Silver card, I believe, is going to be the format for that. So there we go. So there are your formats for the Perfect Team Championship Series number 3. So this is going to test a lot of teams' roster construction capabilities. That's going to be great. And as always, first place in each Perfect Team Championship Series will get a new Perfect Team Championship Series exclusive card, while we are still working on some stuff behind the scenes in terms of the 2nd through 32nd place prizes, which are currently listed as to be determined, which we will announce those once they are 100% ready to go. Alrighty, so who is the new Perfect Team Championship Series exclusive? Well, the winner of our 4 PTCS tournaments, they are going to be receiving 100 overall peak Alan Trammell from the Detroit Tigers. Whoo, hot shortstop card right here. 94 BABIP, 76 power, 96 avoid A, 112 contact, 99 gap power, and 81 I. Look at the V left on this guy. 94 BABIP, 81 power, 102 avoid K, 117 contact, 106 gap power, 85 I. Very serviceable against righties as well. However, you look at the defense right there. 106 range, 102 error, 103 arm, and 103 on the turn double play. Absolutely stellar defense. Probably one of the better defensive shortstops in the game. My goodness, the teams that are going to be winning this card, they are going to get something. Buddy. But yeah, Alan Trammell also can steal a few bases. 68 speed, 80 stealing, 74 base running, and he can bunt. 92 sack bunt, 100 on the bunt for hit. All right, Alan Trammell in his career, he was absolutely phenomenal for my Detroit Tigers. 285, 352, 415 on his career slash line. 185 career homers, 1,003 RBI. He was a 6-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover, 3-time Silver Slugger, so he can swing the bat a little bit too. And he has the best defensive wins above replacement in the history of the Detroit Tigers, with 22.8 according to our friends over at Baseball Reference. So, PTCS champions will be getting this card for winning the Perfect Team Championship Series. Did I qualify for this event? God, I'm trying. I'm going to be so sad if I miss out on this card. I swear. I swear. Look, if the powers that be can get me a win in the weekly showdown tomorrow night, that would be great. However, I know that's not going to happen because, you know, y'all love my pain and misery. Alrighty, so there we go. Now, before we move on to the limited edition cards, I know that we teased on Twitter over on Tuesday that we will be talking about some tournament refresh stuff. However, we are still tweaking some stuff behind the scenes on that, so unfortunately we're not 100% ready to reveal those tournament refresh notes to you just yet. However, once we get those confirmed, we will be releasing those to you on all of our social media channels, the forums, the Discord, all of it. So stay tuned for that news coming down the line. Alrighty. And also, don't forget that the live update for live cards is going to be on Monday. So get ready for some live card updates. Those are going to be some fun stuff coming up. I know a lot of y'all have been preparing for that. So stay tuned. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get to some of the content tonight. Here we go. Let's start with our 100 copy LE of the evening. It is Peak Dave Stieb from the Toronto Blue Jays. 81 stuff, 82 movement, 72 control. A little bit of a balanced card right here, all things considered. John Boys has entered the chat. Captain Ahab is here as well. Yes, indeed. I was a fan of that. Documentary. If you haven't seen that, that's a good one right there. But very good against right-handed batters. 87 stuff, 88 movement, and 74 control. Very good stuff right here. Very good low gold kind of starter. 82 overall. He's got a fastball. He's got a slider. He's got a curveball, changeup, and a sinker. Just an absolutely stellar pitcher right here. 96 stamina, 61 on the hold runners, and heck, he was a stellar pitcher throughout his entire career. And honestly, you can make a case for this guy being a Hall of Famer as well. In his career from 1979 to 1998, he went 176 and 137 with a 3.44 ERA, 5.2 strikeouts per 9, 3.2 walks per 9 in his career. He finished in the top 10 for Cy Young 4 times in his career and had 140 wins in the 1980s, second only in that category to Jack Morris. Plus, he famously threw a no-hitter on September 2nd, 1990, but also lost 2 no-hitters with 2 outs in the 9th inning, which is just absolutely insane. And I believe in a row, in 2 starts in a row, that is just mind-boggling to me that that could happen. In consecutive starts, which is just, oh man. You know what, if you haven't watched the Captain Ahab documentary done by Secret Base, you have to do that. Shameless plug right there. So there you go. There's Dave Stieb, 100 copy limited edition card, 82 overall. Gonna be in Perfect Team after the show tonight around 10 o'clock-ish. All right, here we go. Our 25 copy LE of the evening. Oh boy. Oh, this is going to be a good one, folks. And it is 98 overall Jack Stivitz from 1891. This is a hot card. right here. 109 stuff, 80 movement, and 79 control. Big stuff on this guy right here. Fastball, changeup, and sinker combo. Tiny bit of splits, if there's really a lot of splits at all. 108 stuff against lefties, 110 stuff against righties. Only 1 point difference in movement, and no real difference in control. This is a pretty interesting one right here. A really good changeup on this guy, a 110 changeup. That's pretty darn good. Plus, he can play two-way as well. He can play pitcher, first base, left field, center field, right field. Pretty good stuff right there. 109 stamina, 27 on the hold runners. And in Jack Stivett's career from 1889 to 1899, had 203 wins, 132 losses, a 3.74 ERA. Curiously, well, I don't know about curiously, but statistically, led the American Association in strikeouts and walks in that 1891 season. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Plus, he was a 35-game winner the next year in 1891. Now, you see those batting ratings? Yeah, they're not bad. They're not terrible. I mean, for a pitcher, this is not bad at all. 77 BABIP, 50 power, 50 avoid K, 72 contact, 61 gap power, and 36 on the eye. And maybe you could say he's a little bit better against left-handed pitching than he is against right-handed pitching at the plate. Defensively, probably a little bit better in the outfield if you do plan to use him as a two-way. However, honestly, this guy's a pitcher right here. 69 outfield range, 58 error, and 56 arm should you choose to play him in the outfield. And wow, that is a 0 on the bunt for hit. Do not even consider bunting with this guy. Holy cow. Woo. Woo. Yeah, that's interesting right there. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen a 0 in a category since what? That one Pittsburgh first baseman from last year, a couple years ago? That was crazy. Anyway, Jack Stivett's from 1891, 98 overall, in perfect team 23. All right, now that we have the limited editions out of the way, let's get to the big stuff tonight. Cooperstown Club, a brand new mission program with Hall of Famers as rewards. This is going to be one of our big new mission programs that will be coming out throughout the fall season. So stay tuned for more of these sets coming up. So let's talk about what Cooperstown Club is. So once these release tonight, there will be 7 missions for each wave of Cooperstown Club mission sets, and they're all going to be based around a certain theme. Hits, wins above replacement, control, power, catchers, relievers, and extra base hits. Now, there will be 5 total waves of these Cooperstown Club missions throughout the fall. So keep that in mind when you're mentally thinking about the schedule for when content comes out. So for each mission you complete, you will receive a player card as a reward. And if you complete all 7 missions in the wave, you will receive a topper card. They are not time limited. These are not packable cards. I will stress this. These are not packable cards. These are just missions. This is not limited edition. This is not Platinum Series. These are mission cards. All right? So, mission completion is required to receive the topper card, not the cards you get from completing the missions. And if you complete all the missions in all 5 waves, you will receive 2 overall topper cards. Whoo, buddy. That is going to be good. So stay tuned for those. So let's talk about what the mission rewards are going to be for each of these, for each of the missions in this first wave of Cooperstown Club missions. What if I don't want to complete the mission? I mean, that's your prerogative. It's how you play the game. Yep, these are going to be released at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That is correct. That is correct. So, let's start off with what you will be getting when you complete the first, for this first wave. These are only the first wave Cooperstown Club mission rewards. All right, here we go. For the control program, we have 100 overall, 1 Marischal from the San Francisco Giants. 82 stuff, 85 movement, 91 control, so some pretty good control on this guy. I know one guy in the chat was looking for 1 Marischal earlier on tonight, and this is a pretty good one right here. Yeah, 82 stuff, 85 movement, 91 control. Not a lot of splits on this guy. Only a 2-point gap between versus left and versus right stuff. 2-point gap between movement versus left and versus right. Fastball, slider, curveball, screwball, and changeup as well. 105 stamina, 86 on the hold runners. This is pretty decent right here. 1960 to 1975, 1 Marischal played in Major League Baseball. 243 wins and 142 losses. A 2.89 ERA in his career with 5.9 strikeouts per 9 and 1.8 walks per 9. Very low walk rate this guy had. Marischal, 10-time All-Star. He led the National League in walks per 9 4 times in his career. And he had the most wins in the 1960s with 191, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1983. Yeah, and I love the base around the 100 here. This is some darn good card art right here. Kind of evoking the plaques that you see at the Baseball Hall of Fame, which that's a wonderful touch for this Cooperstown Club collection. Props to our man Daniel for getting this art. Just right there. So there you go. 1 Marischal, the control program reward for Cooperstown Club number 1. This is the topper for finishing. No, there is one mission for each program. All right. So these are the wave 1 rewards for control for all 7 categories. So there's going to be 5 waves. Each will have 7 missions with 7 rewards. So there you go. All right, so there's the control program reward for Cooperstown Club 1. Now we go to the catcher program. And obviously, if you complete the catcher program mission that we will have for you later on tonight, you're going to receive a catcher. Yep, so 5 sets of 7 missions each. That is correct. So your catcher reward is going to be Carlton Fisk from the Boston Red Sox. 100 overall card here. 62 BABIP, 96 power, 80 avoid K, 89 contact, 88 gap power, and 65 on the eye. Pretty good defense on this guy too. 86 catcher ability and 93 on the catcher arm. Very good against left-handed pitching right here. 62 BABIP, 97 power, 82 avoid K, 90 contact, 95 gap power, and 67 on the eye. And very serviceable against righties too if you really look at it. 62 BABIP there, 96 power, 80 avoid K, so not a big gap in avoid K right there. 89 contact, 86 gap power, 64 eye, so you can play both ways, really. Speed, stealing, base running, kind of meh. 42 speed, 71 stealing, 56 base running. But overall, not a terrible card right here. From 1969 to 1993, Carlton Fisk, a very good catcher in his time. 269, 341, 457 with 376 career home runs, 1,330 RBI. He was an 11-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, Rookie of the Year in 1972, 34% career caught stealing percentage. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in the year 2000. I was told there would be no math. You know what? Hey, maybe there is some math involved. You know, You know, I had to do some math for something I had to do for work lately, and by golly, it was not fun, gotta say. Will I need to know the sign of X? I don't believe so. No. We're not doing trigonometry in here tonight. I don't even remember if that was in trigonometry. I sucked at that high level math. But there you go. Carlton Fisk from the Boston Red Sox is the catcher program reward for Cooperstown Club number 1. All right, let's go now to the power program reward, and we got a pretty decent power hitter for you for this first wave of Cooperstown Club missions, and it is 100 overall peak Dave Winfield from the San Diego Padres. 78 BABIP, 103 power, 67 avoid K, 99 contact, 89 gap power, and 61 on the eye. Whew! Big power on this guy right here. 108 power against lefties, 101 power against right-handed pitching. And he can play all 3 outfield positions, left field, center field, and right field. However, with the defensive ratings, you might want to consider putting him in a corner outfield spot. 78 range, 85 error, and 86 outfield arm. So, not a bad card right here. 63 speed, 80 stealing, and 72 base running as well. Maybe a little bit better against lefties than he is against righties, so maybe slightly a platoon bat potentially. Definitely up to you how y'all want to run this card. In Dave Winfield's career from 1973 to 1995, hit 283, 353, 475 with 465 career homers and 1,833 RBI. He was a 12-time All-Star, 7-time Gold Glove, 6-time Silver Slugger, hit 25 plus homers in a season 9 times in his career, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2001. And our good buddy Nicolino in the chat saying Winfield was also drafted in the NFL and the NBA. So this guy, multi-talented athlete right here, a good addition to a lot of perfect teams. Tonight, Dave Winfield gonna be in perfect team 23. Alrighty. So let's move on past the power program, and we are going to go to the reliever program reward. And we have for y'all Lee Smith, closer, peak card from the Chicago Cubs. And boy, this is a good one right here. 106 stuff, 100 movement, 96 control. A little bit splitty here. Not going to lie to you here. 118 stuff against righties, 111 movement against righties, and 99 control against righties. However, he can be a little bit serviceable against lefties. 93 stuff, 87 movement, 91 control. Maybe more of a right-handed specialist kind of guy, but you know what? If you have this card, definitely a very, very, very good option for your bullpen. 8 fastball, slider, forkball, and cutter combo on this one. 17 stamina, 5 on the hold runner, so a little bit scary on that. But Lee Smith, not a bad pitcher when you look at the stuff movement control. In Lee Smith's career from 1980 to 1997, he pitched in 1,022 career games. 303 on the ERA, 478 career saves, 132 on the ERA+. Lee Smith, a 7-time All-Star, 3-time reliever of the year, led the NL in saves 3 times, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2019. So there you go. Lee Smith from the Chicago Cubs in perfect team 23. Alrighty, next up we will be let's take a look at what we have in the extra base hit program. And oh boy, this is going to be a spicy one right here in my personal opinion, because we have peak Craig Biggio from the Houston Astros, 100 overall. Those of you running an Astros team, this guy is a spicy option for second base right here. 83 BABIP, 63 power, 87 avoid K, 94 contact, 102 gap power, and 88 on the eye. Very, very evenly split versus lefties and righties here. 83 BABIP, 67 power, 94 avoid K, 99 contact, 100 gap power, and 93 eye against lefties. Okay, so maybe a little bit better against lefties than he is against righties. Now I'm looking at that again, but still not too big of a gap versus lefty versus righty. Speed, stealing, base running, pretty good. 89 speed, 92 stealing, and 95 on the base running. And then we have, this guy can play catcher. He can play second. He can play center field as well. Those are the only 3 positions he can learn, I will say. 87 catcher ability and 76 catcher arm. So not bad defensively for a catcher. Kind of sneaky good defensively over there. In the infield over at second base, 73 range, 84 error, 49 arm, and 84 on the turn double play. And in the outfield, kind of serviceable out there in center field, 84 range, 96 error, and 56 arm. Craig Biggio in his career from 1988 to 2007 hit 281, 363, 433 with 291 homers, 1,175 RBI. He was a 7-time All-Star for the Astros, 4-time Gold Glover, 5-time Silver Slugger, and he was an extra base hit machine. Had 30 or more doubles 14 times in his career. Led the NL in doubles 3 times. So this guy is going to get you some extra base hit power right here. And he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2015. So there you go. Craig Biggio, the extra base hit program reward here in Cooperstown Club number 1 in Perfect Team 23. All right, so now let's go over to the hits program reward for the evening. We have two more of the individual mission rewards, and then we'll go to the Cooperstown Club 1 topper reward. So let's go to the hits program reward, and oh boy, we got ourselves a speedy guy. Bit of a speedy guy coming. And that is 100 overall Lou Brock from the St. Louis Cardinals. 97 BABIP, 64 power, 78 avoid K, 104 contact, 108 gap power, and 73 on the eye. This guy is going to be pretty good. Very speedy guy, can play both corner outfield spots, 82 range, 59 error, and 72 on the eye. And my goodness, look at the speed, stealing, and base running on this guy. 102 speed, 104 stealing, and 103 on the base running. This guy is going to steal you some bases like there is no tomorrow. Oh man, Lou Brock had a wonderful career on the base paths and at the plate. 293, 343, 410 on the career slash line, 149 homers and 938 stolen bases. Led MLB in stolen bases 6 times. Led the NL 8 times. 8 seasons of 190 plus hits in his career. He was also a 6-time All-Star and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1985. Looking at the batting splits here a little bit, you could say he's a little bit better against righties than he is against lefties. Not too big of a split in between some of the stats here. Void K is pretty much the same versus left versus right. Gonna get 3 more points in BABIP against righties. A little bit more contact, a little bit more gap power, a little more eye against right-handers. So there you go. Lou Brock also can bunt a little bit. 60 on the sack bunt, 88 on the bunt for hit. So there you go. Lou Brock from the St. Louis Cardinals in Perfect Team 23. Alrighty, and finally, we're going to be taking a look at our WAR program reward, our wins above replacement program reward. And we have for you all 100 overall starting pitcher Phil Niekro from the Atlanta Braves. 96 stuff, 102 movement, and 84 control. Knuckleball specialist. Whoo, Nelly. Now, there is some splits involved with this Phil Niekro card. 89 stuff against lefties, 102 stuff against right-handed pitching. Movement, pretty much the same. Control, darn near the same. Getting a point extra in right-handed pitching against right-handed batters, I should say. Slider, knuckleball, knuckle curve combo. However, that knuckleball rated at a 112. Whoo, hot pitcher right here. 97 stamina, but a 1 in the hold. Runners. Woo, 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 woo. My goodness, this guy's gonna be pretty good for a lot of teams right here. Let's see. Phil Niekro, in his career from 1964 to 1987, this guy pitched 23 years in the big leagues. 318 wins, 274 losses, 3.35 on his career ERA with 3,342 strikeouts. But this guy was an innings-eating machine. 300 innings pitched in 4 seasons of his career. 5-time All-Star. Plus, between 1971 and 1979, he had the most pitching wins above replacement in all of baseball, with 62.4 according to Baseball Reference. And Phil Niekro inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1997. So there you go. Phil Niekro, the War Program reward for Cooperstown Club #1 in Perfect Team 23. Alrighty, so now if you finish the missions for each of the cards that we have just shown off, you will get the topper reward for Cooperstown Club #1. And who is the topper? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you 100 overall starting pitcher. It's a left-handed starting pitcher, Carl Hubble from the New York Giants. 98 stuff, 100 movement, and 99 control. Look at the splits on this guy right here. 91 stuff, 101 movement, 97 control against lefties. Even 100s down the line against right-handed batters. Fastball, curveball, screwball combo on this guy. 106 stamina and 75 hold runners. This guy is going to go in a lot of rotations. Straight up. Oh man, Carl Hubble was a very good pitcher in his time. Very elite pitcher of his time. 1928 to 1943, pitched for 15 years. 253 and 154 career record. A 2.98 ERA. 4.2 strikeouts per 9. 1.8 walks per 9 in his career. 2-time MVP, 9-time All-Star. Led the National League in ERA 3 times. Also led the National League in wins 3 times. And was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1947. Woo, 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 woo. Carl Hubble, hot card right here for completing all the Cooperstown Club 1 missions that are going to be releasing later on tonight. That is going to be a good one. So there you go. Cooperstown Club #1. There's the card rewards. The missions will go live in a little bit tonight, sometime a little bit after the stream, so stay tuned. We'll let you know when missions are live. Now, I did hear earlier that our limited edition cards that we revealed earlier on in the stream, the Dave Steeb and the Jack Stivitz, they are now in packs. So, happy hunting for those cards. So there you go. Cooperstown Club number 1 in the books. And I can't wait to show off the other 4 Cooperstown Club sets that we will have later on throughout the fall. So stay tuned. So, before we sign off for the evening, let's go ahead and take a look at some tournament standings. And let's congratulate our last week's tournament top 10 winners in the daily traditional tournaments. Red Eclipse finishing in first place in that realm with 205 points. DR Sox and the Walking Dead in second place with 175 points. Frogurt and the New York Highlanders in third with 167 points. RDT, C. Steinhardt, Galoy, Randall D, Isadafo, D. Horner MB, and Lowly Worm rounding out the top 10 over there. Over in the weekly traditional tournaments, IML Owl and the Philadelphia Snowballs in first place with 104 points in the weekly traditional tournaments. Aster 31 in second with 92 points. BKN Mets Fan and the Park Slope Bourbon Bros in third with 73 points. And then right down the line, Mr. Audit, Skodeeks, Adam Piet Day, M-Dub, Q Sports, Isadafo, and B. Clemens 6 rounding out the top 10. Over in the daily perfect draft tournaments, DR Sox and the Walking Dead finishing in first last week with 84 points, only 2 points above our second place finisher, Semi Mango, and the Seaholm Penguins with 82 points. Midnight Train and the Wyoming Coyotes in third place with 61 points. And then Aster 31, James B, Laptop Hound, Awaking, Isadafo, Ganouge, and Extophorus rounding out the top 10. And in the weekly perfect draft tournaments, Danza and the Philadelphia Pack Explosion in first place with 34 points. And Charmin 2 and the Royal Live Corgis in second place with 31 points, followed by Dark Slib and the Fuchsia City Toxic with 31 points. Rob Deer in the Headlights, CJ Baseball, Laertes, Revmod, Botanist, Adam Piet Day, and One Luigi 1 rounding out the top 10. And now let's take a look at the weekly standings so far this week as of this afternoon. In the daily traditional tournaments, KJ22 and the Reunion Tour currently in first place with 96 points. Galoy and GKT in second with 93 points. Frogurt in third right now with 88 points. Thence DR Sox, Tecmo Bo, C. Whitman, RDT24, Baw 5, Slensner, and Ace Rutherford rounding out the top 10. And in the weekly traditional tournaments, Cookie and the Family Madrigal in first place with 66 points. Polycarp and the Verndale Vikings in second right now with 57 points. Mr. Audit and the Mediocres in third with 56 points. Rounding out the top 10, we have Yonk, BKN Mets Fan, Adasep, Lord Crazy, Warhawk, Louis DeFunes, and Khan rounding out the top 10. And finally, in the perfect draft realm, Delamo Don and the Bellflower Delamo in first place right now with 43 points. DP11 and the Bard Owls in second with 42, so that's going to be a hot race coming down to the wire. Arclick 1 and Arclick's Illiterates in third with 33 points. Followed by Camel's Back, Griffs 142, Sea Shockers, Go Cubs Go 16, Laptop Hounds, Semi Mango, and Doom Though rounding out our top 10. And finally, in the weekly perfect draft tournaments, C. Whitman and the Castroville Mashers in first with 26 points. RDT 24-24 in the 80s expansions in second with 26. Eck the Lion with the Gondolin Archers in third with 26 points. And then Sejanus, Joe Stick, JDB 79, Mr. Cole 00, Who Am I, Sir? Wisdom 4990, and Defoe rounding out the top 10. All right, so there you go, everybody. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to This Week in Perfect Team. And let me just say, next week on This Week in Perfect Team, oh boy, it is going to be a highly anticipated content set for next week. One that I am personally looking forward to. Hopefully you will tune in next week. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great rest of the night. And guess what? Missions are live. Missions are live. Have a great night, everybody. ThisNet34 signing out.